9:36 overtime, new first reading there. Any questions, comments on that one? Point 4, policy 938, federal medical leave, revised, first reading. Any comments there? 6.5, policy 939, non-bargaining unit employees' compensation and benefits. It's new, it's on a first reading. 6, silence is affirmation. 6.6, policy 961, compensation for career development activities was revised on the first reading.
So just a question, this is all to standardize the benefits?
Okay. Moving on. Item 7, approval of financials. 7.1, resolution approving ratifying bills, authorizing budget transfers, and accepting monthly financial reports.
So moved. Second.
Comments?
Yeah, I feel it's important that I make a few comments since I've been voting no on this agenda item for the last couple of months. And again, we're getting close, Bill. We're almost there, but I'm
98%?
well, not quite 98 yet. So I thank the new leadership for making this happen. Something I've been asking for at least the last 2 years. We had a training session earlier just before the board meeting, and I'm very encouraged by what I see with the portal being on the CLC website and us being able to access the information that we need to have in order to do our jobs as trustees. So I'm encouraged by what I'm seeing there, and I'm sure that we will get there. The other piece, though, that hasn't happened yet, and I know that David's working on it, we had asked for some input from the other community colleges in Illinois as to whether they handle their bills the same way we do, where the issue is that, quite frankly, we're approving bills after the fact. They've already been paid, the check's been cashed, and perhaps there's a better way to do that. We haven't gotten that piece resolved yet, but I think we're well on our way with the portal on the CLC website.
Let me just clarify for the board this last point about the research we should do on the issue. We can do research on the issue. David can send that out to the CFOs. We'll gather all that research, but I guess the question is, do you want us to do that, or are you okay with your current procedure now?
Well, quite frankly, we talked about this at the committee of the whole meeting, and we had agreed at that meeting that we would do exactly what you're proposing now. In fact, I even asked David if we could in fact have that information by this board meeting date, and he said no, that it would take him a little bit longer to do it. So am I to assume now by your comments that we haven't even reached out to the other folks yet?
Well, it'll take a week or two.
He says he's got a listserv that he could just email in. So that hasn't happened yet from last week, from the committee of the whole meeting?
That hasn't happened yet. But we'll be glad to do it if that's what the board wants to do.
Well, that's what we talked about at the last committee meeting. Why do we have these discussions?
But that's fine. If you want to entertain more ideas to see if you want to change the policy, okay? No? You
I'm
don't?
fine. I'm fine with the policy. I'm fine with how we do business.
I agree.
I still request that we
I'm fine.
get information on the way the other schools do it to approve of bills that have already been paid and the checks cashed. I've got a problem with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with getting some additional information from the rest of the schools across the state and see how they're doing it. If there's anybody else that does it, if they pay their bills before they've been approved.
But I mean, I think we heard at the committee of the whole meeting that we have bills that come in, and if we wait for them to go through a board approval process, they might be late, and we will get charged extra surcharges and extra I mean, why would we do that? We're
Well, no,
supposed
and
to
we
be
don't
doing-
intend to do that. What we wanted to do, at least what I thought we all agreed to, was that we would get some additional information to see how the rest of the schools do it. And I think I can probably quote my words, you know, maybe there's a better way. You know, we haven't exhausted maybe there's a better way to do this, so we aren't doing things after the fact.
Well, I know one way to do it, I mean, an analogous situation, one that I've been involved in, one way to do it is to say what your standard bills are gonna be. You know, to just let everybody know, you're gonna have these ongoing bills, and this is what it's gonna be. And so then, if we pre-approve them and say, okay, we approve the following bills, and we're gonna see that basically in the budget anyway.
So you're talking about pre-approving them before they're actually
So
paid.
therefore, you don't get into a
So I
ratification
said, there's gotta be a better
situation.
way.
Or like, we had this where we got this whole chart where we would do that if they were, not the pre-approving, but that we would only worry about ratifying the ones that are under $5,000. So, like that, if the bill was over $5,000, you were to come to us with that. Is that the way it ended up? I mean, that's what we had in this plan. So that the ones that we're gonna be ratifying are the small ones anyway.
Right, under 5,000. Is that what you're looking for? Is how others are doing it under 5,000? Is that what you mean?
No, what I am looking for is a way for us to not have to approve bills after the fact, after they've already been paid, after the checks have been cashed. To me, that is not a sound way to be doing it. In a response to that, I suggested that we take a look at the rest of the schools in the state of Illinois, of which David said he has a group of folks, an organization that he belongs to, in which he could email them and see how they do theirs, you know, whether they pay them before, if they actually pay the bills before they've been approved. David said he could do that. I had asked him if he could do it by this board meeting. He said probably not, that he would need more time because they weren't real quick about getting back on those types of things. And then I think I concluded with, you know, hey, there's got to be a better way for us to be looking at it. I mean, I don't have the answer. That was one of the pieces that we could possibly look at. I can't sit here as a board member month after month and approve bills that we've already paid.
Well,
I'm not going to do it.
we'll do whatever the board wishes us to do. If you want us, we'll bring back research for other methods, and we'll have a discussion to see if there are other methods for payment.
Can we make this simple? Can we just get the responses from the other
Yeah,
schools in the
sure.
state of Illinois, which schools pay their bills before they've been approved or vice versa, and tell me who those schools are?
Sure.
Okay.
I'll pick up the phone and call the
And do it-
trustees.
We withdrew. I see. CCPA too.
We're not talking about changing the policy.
Yeah.
If you can,
Well, yeah,
some
we'll
of the
do the research.
information for our information
Yep.
purposes.
We'll get that.
Okay? I don't think it has to be every school, but
Not all of them will probably respond, just like all those surveys.
Just
but yeah,
information.
yeah, so some
Can
will
you-
respond,
is that
some won't.
something you can do? Okay.
So now when
No
do you
change in the
think?
policy. We're not
Right.
changing the policy.
So now when do you think we'd be able to get that information, David? I know last time you said probably take a couple weeks.
I'll let you know where it's at, an update after this week, so by the end of
Great.
next week.
Great, thank you.
Okay. Roll call.
Mrs. Olsheimer.
No.
Ms. Paul.
Yes.
Mr. Anderson.
All right.
Dr. Kerrigan.
Aye.
Ms. Scotch-Garrett.
Aye.
Dr. Griffin.
Aye.
Ms. Mata.
7.2 is the authorization of budget hearing and approval to publish of notice. Placing fiscal year 2016 budget on public display. May I have a motion? Second. There was a change that we talked about earlier. What was the change? David? Remember when we were talking about the discussion? Somebody asked for a change of something there. Anybody?
Breaking up the,
Capital.
Capital, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna make
Oh,
that change. Yeah.
With
yeah.
that duly noted.
Yeah.
Okay. That's my comment.
Thank you, Chairman.
Other comments?
Mr. Chairman, I forgot to recognize all the hard work our controller, Andy Williams, and our budget manager, Christie Hughes, did to get us to this point.
So, Andy, is Christie here?
I'll pass it.
Yeah, pass on.
pass that along, please.
Thank you. Okay, roll call.
Mrs. O'Shauger.
Aye.
Ms. Paul.
Aye.
Mr. Anderson.
Aye.
Dr. Kerrigan.
Aye.
Ms. Kashkarian.
Aye.
Dr. Griffin.
Aye.
Ms. Mata.
Item 7.3, Treasurer's Bond. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Please, motion's made. Seconds on the table. Discussion?
Is that to insure David? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
And you notice.
Any other comments? Roll call.
Mrs. O'Shauger.
Aye.
Ms. Paul. Mr. Anderson.
Aye.
Dr. Kerrigan.
Aye.
Ms. Kashkarian.
Aye.
Dr. Griffin.
Aye.
Ms. Mata.